Heaven has always questioned how to remove corruption from the universe, how to rid the universe of sin, to wipe away Lucifer's mistake, if you can even call it a mistake. Angels believe that the universe needs to be a place of only goodness and no sin, not realizing that sin is what makes us human. Now, there are many angels who have many different ideals as to how to relieve the universe of sin, but some are more extreme than others. Adam, of course, has the mentality of wiping out all of those in hell, cleansing and destroying them the second they enter hell, but nothing more than that. They believe that sinners and demons are not worthy of life. But there is one who is far more extreme than even Adam. They go by the name of Karazmos, an egotistical, narcissistic angel who believes that heaven and angels are above all living things, even more so than Adam. They believe that the only way to cleanse the universe of all sin is that all things that are not from heaven must die. This includes humans, animals, plant life, stars, galaxies. All of it must be purged. Only angels in heaven shall remain. Everything else would be destroyed, reduced to nothing. And this extremist mentality is so intense that even Adam flinched and buckled at the sound of it. Sarah and all the other angels tried their best to convince them that this was not the way. Some laughed at them and thought they were just being silly, and others were terrified at the very notion of such a thing, such an extreme genocide. It cannot even be fathomed by even Sarah herself. Eventually a time came where Karazmos decided to take matters in their own hands. They raised their sickle up to Sarah and demand they stand down. They demanded that if they don't stand down, that they will slay them and take over heaven for themselves, to use heaven as their weapon to destroy all things not holy. And this was the last straw. Adam and Sarah then fought Karazmos to force them out of heaven, and perhaps even tried to kill them. As Karazmos fights Adam and Sarah, their fight goes on for hours in the streets of heaven. Some angels join in to help Adam and Sarah, and others flee to hide from the violence. Eventually, Karazmos is forced outside of the pearly gates, and tiptoeing on the very edges of heaven, looking down behind them to see the abyss below. Sarah makes one final decree: banishment, to never return, to be casted down into hell, same as Lucifer, and to never return. Though the very thought of joining hell along with Lucifer disgusted Karazmos, they couldn't even fathom the very idea of it, to become one of those unholy things down there that they so despise so much. And thus, with all their strength and all their magic and all of their power, they fight and try to push Sarah back off of them, to try and make certain that they do not fall off the edge. And the magical force that they witness between the two of them is so intense, you swear it could split a galaxy in half. As Karazmos slowly starts to wane in their strength, sensing their end, they make one final decree, one final statement to Sarah and the other angels before they fall.
You cannot exile me, Sarah. You need me. And you, Adam, you said it yourself. The humans cannot be trusted with God's plan. Only I know the path to true purity. And that path will be littered with the skulls of all who are not holy. The mortals were a mistake. no more than a project. And they have failed God's tests.
Sarah, with a disappointed scowl, tells them about how they will never understand. They never truly understood God's true plan. They only believed in just purging and cleansing everything back to square one, back to zero, when that is not the answer. Sarah then throws all of her weight of her power into this little magical duel of theirs. The energy is now becoming so intense that Karazmos cannot keep up, and they're sensing that this is finally their end, but they refuse to give up.
No! I will not go back in that pit with all the scum and failures! I am not a failure! I am the only one who can fix this tainted universe!
As the magical force between them grows so intense, eventually something gives, and it explodes with a great intensity, almost like a small supernova, sending Karazmos flying through the air instead of falling down into the pit. He flew through the air like a fiery comet, and then, almost like a flash of light, passing through the sky at such lightning speeds that no one could keep an eye on it. And so, he felt the whole universe unfold all around him, as he hears echoes in his mind of his own voice.
They all must go down. All will be eternal. Never pure. I am the only one failed to project. All will be.
It is not in
They all
God's plan.
must die. All will never be God's plan. I am the only one. Am the only one. Am the only one. Am the only one.
Do you think you know all the answers?
As they break past the veil of reality and go to the furthest edges of the universe, Karazmos falls from the skies of the Void Realm. They themselves do not know where they are yet, but they soon will find out. They fall from the sky like a fiery comet and crash land into the ground, leaving a great fissure behind. They slowly rise as debris of the rocks and stones fall off of them and tumble down to the ground. They are completely caked in ashes. They were expecting dirt, but no, just the bitter dryness of ashes and brimstone, but not the kind of brimstone he's familiar with of hell. Something very different, something very cold, lifeless. He moans and groans, but slowly stands up from their pains. Being an angel gives them great resilience, and thus this was nothing to them, more like just falling down stairs. They pat all the ashes off of them, as they slowly start to walk out from the crater they created. It is so deep, and so thick with ashes, it's as if they're walking up a very tall sand dune. As they finally made their way to the top, this dune, at the edges of the crater they made, is so tall it's almost like a small mountain, and thus it allows them to see. They see it, the whole horizon, this place. They stand there, in awe, just staring, for what feels like almost an hour, wondering, getting inquisitive, thinking very hard as to where they are. They stand there and they think, starting to deduce down where this could possibly be. They're obviously not in heaven because they've been kicked out from there. This is no place like Earth they've ever seen before, especially with this kind of aura. And there's no place in the universe, at least in the mortal realm, that they know of that's like this. Could this be another ring of hell? A section that the angels forgot about? No, it can't be. There's no demonic presence here. Not even the aura of it. Everything in this place just felt like death. True, absolute death. Just hollow emptiness and whispers. He, as an angel, could not even sense any form of afterlife beings. Nothing mortal, nothing from the afterlife, just nothing. Silence. This was quite ominous indeed. But to someone like Karazmos, however, this was a whole brand new breed of purity that they never even thought even existed.
This place. It is seething with the power of death. So this is the place as he keeps talking about on his little escapades. What a fool. He wastes the potential of this place. It's so clean, so pure. Nothing holy or demonic. Just purity. Everywhere. Well, it's all mine now.
Karazmos floats up slowly, and then goes cross-legged as they float in the air, meditating, siphoning their power to try and claim this realm for themselves, trying to tame its power.
I will use all my holy might to tame this barren land, and use it to cleanse the universe, all my own.
And of course, like a child trying to force a power that they don't understand to work in a way that they want to, backfires on them. It blows up in their face, they break out of their little meditative stance, they fall down and start rolling and tumbling down the ashen dunes on the outsides of the crater this time, all the way down until they get to the base of the crater.
How dare you?
They shout and protest. Once again, they stand up, dusting themselves off, and in frustration flailing their arms around, shouting in the sky as if they're trying to shout to someone to demand that they work for them.
You will not deny me!
They point and stare up to the sky as if they're talking to someone else. They float up once again, cross their legs in a little meditative stance once more, and put even more of their power into trying to control and tame this land. For a brief moment, it even looks like it's working. Some of the black and purple mist starts to float out from the ashes and go towards their body. But, unfortunately, what he's doing effectively is smashing a square block into a triangular hole, and thus it backfires once again, explodes with a greater intensity, and throws them back on the floor yet again.
Why? Why won't it work? What? Wait. There's something else here.
In that moment, they sense it. Another presence. Something very far from there. Something quite strong. Something deathless. Something alluring, even. Inviting. Pleasing. Something that they haven't really felt in a while. Even trying to sense this thing's presence put a tingle up their spine. They can hear the faint cackling in their mind as they try to focus in on the presence of this creature.
Something old. Very old. It's alluring yet twisted in a way. It must be something eldritch and mighty. It's inviting yet ominous. Very well. I will slay it and take all its might for my own. The universe cannot wait to be cleansed. God will be so pleased once I cleanse this world, along with every other world.
And thus their wings extend and appear upon their back, flapping to prepare themselves for flight as they fly up into the sky towards the direction of this thing. They fly for what feels like 2 hours worth of travel, and they wonder to themselves and imagine, what does this creature even look like? They think it's something strong, mighty, clad in armor, maybe some six-legged beast. But no, it's alluring. Perhaps some kind of giant snake monster or something of that sort. Something eldritch, something with many faces perhaps. But no matter, whatever their interpretation of it was something that they were determined to kill and take its place. The clouds part, and they finally see it, where their quarry resides. A massive Gothic castle, beautiful yet old, surrounded by a desolate, destroyed city buried in a sea of ashes. This had to be where they are. Karazmos, sensing the presence of this creature, and they sense that they're at the very tallest point of the tower. Of course they would be doing so, looking over the land that they dominate. It would make sense for them to be there. And thus, Karazmos wastes no time and flies down as fast as they can to one of the windowsills, quite large in fact, slowly opening the hinges of the stained glass windows, staring down from the windows in a large room as they are practically near the ceiling top. Like some kind of skulking assassin, they walk upon the beams of the ceiling as they hear the voice of this creature get closer and louder. It sounds very regal, in fact, very smug, very full of itself. Yes, I believe so. I want them all to myself. Oh yes, he was quite lovely. Handsome young lad, nice abs on him. Shame he had to die. You, keep fanning, and you, bring me more wine. I'm getting rather dry over here. In this moment, Karazmos' entire imagination interpretation of the creature which owns this place supposedly was not some mighty being, some eldritch horror. No, just some long-haired Goetian pretty boy that's just laying about, half-naked servants all around them. This was the thing that apparently had dominance over this place. The very thought of that disgusted him.
This is what rules the power of this land. It can't be. How can this disgusting, debaucherous, lustful, hedonistic creature who revels in sin be the ruler of a power so pure? This won't stand. This cannot stand.
And thus Karazmos takes their sickle tightly in hand and jumps down from the beams down to the ground with a dramatic entrance. Well, well, well. What do we have here? A fallen angel, it appears, How exciting. I do wonder if... In a mere instance before Karazmos even lets them finish, they immediately cut their heads off with such ease. It rolls and falls down to the ground. And they think to themselves that was very easy. Way too easy. They prepare themselves into a fighting stance to get ready for their minions to obviously avenge their master. But they just stand there, staring at them, blank and lifeless. They don't even say anything. They weren't even surprised by it at all. Soon, after this dramatic pause, the head they cut off starts to roll up the stairs as if time itself was reversing, going up the steps all the way up to the lavish long couch of which this creature was lying upon. The body slowly starts to rise back up, laying back in the same pose it was before. The head rolls up and then immediately attaches itself once again to the neck as if nothing happened. Okay, so rude. I was not done with my speech yet. Like I was saying, I want to know... Karazmos, without even wasting a second, immediately impales their blade through their chest, hopefully stabbing their heart, if they even have one. They die, but yet again their wounds close up instantly, and they heal once more. In this moment, Karazmos, just in frustration, starts killing him over and over and over, slashing and cutting, making cut marks everywhere, destroying furniture, blood splattering all over the place. Their minions just stand there, holding their little serving trays and their fans, waiting for this to be over. It is as if this is just a normal, everyday occurrence for them, like nothing special is happening. This goes on for at least an hour, killing them over and over again. In a last-ditch effort as they scream as to why they won't die, they cut them up into thousands of pieces, discarding them everywhere. Blood caked all over the floor, all the furniture completely ruined. Just a pile of blood and gore. As they pant there in frustration, hoping that would be the end, they of course see all the flesh and blood slowly start to mulch back together to reshape and reform into the creature before them. And at this point, they just sit there and let it happen. They know this is getting them nowhere. So, are you done? Did you get it out of your system yet?
What are you?
Oh, there's the $1 million question. I barely even know myself. I shall tell you all you need to know, my little angel of forlorn hope. Provided you don't interrupt me by killing me yet again and further ruining my lovely castle. Do you have any idea how long it took to make that couch, by the way?
I am not fallen!
Yeah, sure, and I'm not purple and gorgeous. A mirror appears in front of them. They then witness all the changes this realm is causing to their very flesh. Your skin has become as pale as gravestones, your eyes dark as coals. Your irises are showing signs of the powers of death. Even your hair and your wings have changed color too. There's no way you're going back to heaven looking like that anymore. Selexi did not even need to see what they looked like before. They knew the power of this place and what it does to people. They know its touch anywhere they see it. Selexi, slowly swaying around them, putting their hands within their robe, starts to explain to them how this realm works and what is happening to them. They explain to them that this was the world that came before the Big Bang. A place that is now the universe's trash can.
where all things that God cares not for is forgotten and discarded. A place of true finality. A place of a true end to life.
It's beautiful. So powerful. Clean. Pure. Not subject to any law. It is mine now. I rule this place. You can stand beside me if you are proven worthy.
A bold claim. I like you. I can respect your go-getter bravado. But no, I will not be bending the knee to you. You are in no position to rule me.
I will slay you if you don't obey me.
Yes, because that worked so well for you before.
I will find a way to kill you.
Well, time's wasted, my dear. As we speak right now, you are decaying from the inside out. You probably have about 20 hours before you rot from the inside out and this place takes you. So, what's it gonna be? Are you just gonna cut me into little pieces over and over until you're nothing but ashes left?
Fine. You offer terms?
Yes. I see an opportunity before us. I tell you what, I will give you the power to adapt to this realm, same as the rest of us. You will become hallowed, as we all are. New, cold, deathless, neither holy nor unholy. And I'll tell you what, I'm gonna raise you up as a mighty champion of mine. And I'll even sweeten the deal. If one day you can kill me, and I mean really kill me forever, you may have my power and authority. But until then, you will do as I command.
And?
And nothing! You belong to me now.
I belong to no one!
What a shame. Perhaps I misjudged you. What a pity. Proceed then. On your way to oblivion. It was in this moment that Selexi made all of the blood of their own body come to life and leap on Karazmos' body, caking them in it as if it was corrosive acid, dissolving them from the inside out, hastening the process of this realm's decay.
No!
You will be made to obey. Or you can just dissolve into ashes. We'll make sure to sweep you up outside. Probably put you in the garden somewhere, so at least it's pretty.
I take orders from no one. I won't be denied.
Well, that's a damn shame. 'Cause it would appear that I'm denying you all over the floor.
No!
Eventually, Karazmos realizes if they don't accept this offer, they will die and become nothing but ashes. So much cleansing left to be done. They cannot die now, even if it means they have to serve this pompous creature.
Fine. I accept your terms. I accept.
Marvelous, simply marvelous. I knew you would. No one says no to me. It is at this moment that the oil-like blood that caked their body that was once corroding them now becomes soothing, absorbs into their flesh, and changes them. Their soul gone, their skin even more pale, their genetic code and everything to reflect the void realm, the warmth of their body gone, cold and lifeless, just like the rest of this realm. And now they had a new purpose. A purpose to cleanse this universe, but no longer in the name of God. No longer in the name of what is good, but only what they see as beautiful. The longer they stayed in the Void Realm, the more and more they appreciated its strange and ominous beauty. At this point, they are now a herald of this realm, with a whole new extremist mentality. They desire to have every single last thing in the universe become part of the Void Realm. Everyone and everything in it shall die and be reborn anew in the entropy and beautiful pale bleakness of this realm, reshaped into new creatures. No one shall be left alive in the mortal realm. No one shall be left alive in heaven or in hell. All shall come to the order in the cold embrace of the ashes of this land. And Karazmos will make it so at the behest of Selexi. This exact vision is what Selexi inevitably wants in the end. Maybe not in the way they see it, but relatively the same. But Karazmos, ever the egotistical man, wants to be the herald. They want to be the one to reshape the universe, not Selexi, just them. But, for now, they now share the same blood. Karazmos cannot openly rebel against Selexi without dying themselves, and so they have to do their bidding and obey their commands. After all, they can always kill them later.
I will serve, but make no mistake. I will find a way to kill you for good. I will be the ruler of this world. Now I do have to give you thanks for one thing. You did help me see the purity of this place, its finality, its unbiased end, its lack of order, and yet it professes an order no one can deny. I will share this gift, the gift of perpetual death, never ending and forever delayed in its finality by the chaotic entropy of this place with every last living thing in this universe. Then, and only then, will this universe be clean.